What up, Raffalitos? Welcome back to my channel. We are on the campus of the University of Guyana to take a look at their new medical building. So this is the new medical school building that was constructed and opened recently, only a day ago, I believe. That is the IASC, Institute of Applied Sciences and Technology, IAST, as it says on the gate. The Institute of Applied Science and Technology. And over here, that's the Education Lecture Theatre. And out there is the entrance. What is interesting is that from this location, you can see Pasha Global 5-star Hotel. You can see the building, that new 16-story building peeking out over the roof of the Education Lecture Theatre. And this is the context, the location of the new medical school building, just recently opened. Now, this, I've been talking about this for 10 years before now, to the extent that some of us had actually given up on seeing this building materialize. Straight ahead, that is the College of Medical Sciences. For those of you who wondered my origin story, I actually taught medical imaging in this building 7, 8, 9 years ago, 2013, 2014, when I came back to Guyana, and I left in 2017, which is about 8 years now. And they were talking about building this new medical school building since then. So it's great to come back and see that it has materialized. It has finally been completed. College of Medical Sciences, and the location is interesting because it is somewhere between the physics building. This used to be the physics building and natural sciences, and this is, how you doing? This is the health sciences building. See if you can get a better picture of it, better view of it. So that's the health sciences building. I had an office down at the end of the second floor, at the end of that block of the building. But now there is a School of Medicine building. So it says School of Medicine and College of Medical Sciences. So this is the new medical school building. It is twice as large, at least twice as large in volume. It's 2 stories tall, 2 floors. As I understand, it has classrooms and laboratory spaces. No, actually, let me see. It's probably the same length. So it's about 1.5 times, because the other buildings are 3 stories tall. So the health sciences building is a 3-story building, and this one is 2 stories. So by comparison, it's actually not as tall. So I would say probably in terms of volume, maybe the same size, but it is wider, as you can see. For those of you who have attended University of Guyana, across the way, that is the small lecture theatre, and behind it, the large lecture theatre. That's the social sciences building. Social sciences building. And of course, that's the physics building. Oh, it used to be back in my day, in the 90s and late 80s and early 90s. So this is the new medical school building that is recently opened. I would have to say it's probably 1.5 times. It's probably slightly larger because it's only 2 floors instead of 3 floors, and it's L shaped. I thought it was one solid block. It's actually L shaped, which means it's probably in terms of volume about the same size as a one of the 3 story buildings. Right? I'm saying it's about the same size in terms of volume as the building behind it, that physics building, which actually has a piece at the top. That's the 4th floor. But this is what the new the new health sciences building looks like. Of course, behind here, that's the education building. And I think this is one of the stables, as they used to call them back in the day. But this is it, guys. This is what's happening at UG in 2025. They have a new medical school building, and hopefully that results in more capacity, a larger student body in the medical school, and better programs. I can see now on the inside of the building, you can see this one is a lab. As you can see clearly, there are microscopes on the desks. You can see through the windows. So this end is a laboratory. There's a backup generator. Yeah, that's it. This is what it looks like on the inside. Don't know if you can see that. Maybe there's reflection. Anyway, that's what's happening, guys. That's what's happening here at UG in 2025. It's great to see some progress being made here. Still a lot of those air conditioners hanging off the side of the building. They have not yet learned concept of central air conditioning, but I guess that's useful if you're dealing with some laboratory spaces that have to be separate and should not communicate with the rest of in terms of air. You know, laboratory chemicals, for example, you don't necessarily want them getting into the duct system for the whole building. So that probably makes a little bit of sense. But that's it, guys. That's what's happening here in UG in 2025, the new health sciences building that just recently opened. If you want to see more content like this, click like and subscribe. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening in the fastest growing country in the world, Guyana. Later. Let me take you out to the end of this little street and show you Pasha Global 5-star Hotel from the UG campus, because you can see how large it is. You can actually see this building now, that is Pasha, from miles away. So there it is. There is Pasha Global 5-star Hotel from the UG campus. It's about, I don't know, 12, 13 stories tall now. And it's about a quarter of a mile, maybe half of a mile away in straight line distance from where we are. Of course, these are the other buildings on the campus. That's the, what is it, the dorms, the new dormitories. I think that was one sponsored by Yisu Prasad. This used to be the senior staff club and the student union building. And now they put a large, I think this is some kind of a roof, a large pavilion roof over the parking lot. So that's now turned into some space that they use for graduation ceremonies and so on. But that's it, guys. That's what's up in this neck of the woods. That's the Education Lecture Theatre and the Education Faculty Building. Oh, and education is also over here. Oh, and this is new. There's an I Love UG monument in the front. We nearly missed that. And that's looking towards the entrance. That's it. If you want to see more content like this, click like and subscribe. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Right, that's the entrance. For those of you who have studied on this campus, have visited this campus before, this is the field. You might remember, or maybe it looks totally different from what it looked like back in your day. But that's what's up. If you want to see more content like this, click like and subscribe. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening in the fastest growing country in the world, Guyana. Later!